Alright guys, in this video we're going to be using our fishtail shaped silicone board mold from craftelements.com. These molds make making form charcuterie boards super easy because they've got built-in handles and they've got the profile already done for you. So it's basically just take it out of the mold, plane it, sand it, finish it, and you're kind of done. I'm using some Total Boat thick set epoxy resin here. Now in this particular board, I've already taken it out and I've run it through the planer, which obviously you didn't see there, but just a couple runs through the planer to level it out. And now I'm going to give it a nice, it's like a 60-degree angled edge. And I chose that router bit because I like the kind of profile it gave. You can see that the shape of the board's kind of very edgy and modern with the, kind of flared out. So this router bit's going to basically give it like a 60-degree and 60-degree up and down profile, which almost gives it like a knife edge. Not crazy sharp, but obviously it's just coming together to a point, and I think just the profile is just really slick with this shape of board. So that's me just running it through the router table, and I usually do it twice per side just to make sure I got all the pieces and I didn't miss any sections, especially when you've got a couple of different levels like I have here on my table. I've got the table side, I've got my workout bench and everything, so run it a couple times and get a nice profile on that. And there you go. We are ready for sanding, sanding, sanding. It's always the best part of the process, and I'm being super sarcastic. So I've got to take off the rest of the resin on the wood, on the side of the wood that might be left over from the mold with my oscillating sander here. And then I'm just gonna go to town. When I sand these boards, I start at 120 grit. Some people start 80 grit, but I find when I start 80 grit, I end up like scuffing and creating like a lot of swirl lines in the resin. So if you've planed your board, I think it's pretty good to start at 120 grit and then work up from there. So I'll go 120, 220, and like 320 to 400, depending on what I have. I don't go past 400 on these serving boards because when you're using your finishing oil, whether it be like walrus oil or board butter, or in my case, I use some just like oil from Amazon. Cutting board oil from Amazon by Howard. You need to have some sort of an open grain on that wood for it to absorb the oil. So I've got my Howard cutting board oil, and this is the fun part of the process where you just get to see everything pop. Got that beautiful Canadian walnut popping, as well as the Total Boat resin that has been pigmented with a cool pearl purple pigment. Blah, that's a tongue twister. If you want to get your own silicone board mold to make things like this, we've got obviously this shape, but we've got a ton of other shapes, as well as a line of templates that help you form things like this, whether it be charcuterie boards or wine caddies or other functional resin and wood art. And you can shop that at craftedelements.com, of course. Here's the finished board. Typically, once I've oiled it, I'll let it sit on the table for maybe half an hour before I wipe it all down, just to give it enough time for the wood to absorb any of the oil and get a nice smooth finish. So yeah, I'm happy how it turned out. I'm definitely happy with the shape and the edge profile. And again, if you're looking to get your own mold or start into epoxy and resin woodworking, craftedelements.com. See, that's what this crazy little blowing up globe thing says, craftedelements.com. Thanks for watching, guys.